Welcome back, welcome back. Most shocking thing I've ever heard about Mike Tyson in my life.
Hey, do you know the Mike Tyson story?
No.
So Mike Tyson, when he was 13, Mike Tyson had a terrible childhood, Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn. It was just like horrible neighborhood crime and, in and out of detention centers. He gets adopted when he's 13 by this guy, Customato, who is one of the greatest trainers of all time, but also a hypnotist. So Customato starts hypnotizing Mike Tyson when he's 13 years old.
Did you know that? I know I never knew that. I always looked at that guy like, Mickey from Rocky. I never knew he was a hypnotist. I never knew he put Mike Tyson under a personal MK Ultra program.
Oh my gosh.
And when he talks to him about fighting, he's like, you don't exist, only the task. So all the things like, what, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I'm this, maybe I'm that, maybe I'm a fraud, you don't exist. It's only the task.
I wonder why, when his handler went away, Mike wasn't the same anymore.
And you were going to be the greatest heavyweight champion of all time. Do you know the Mike Tyson?
Oh yeah, he lost right after he died.
Hey, I'm proud of you. You've been carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, haven't you? Most people don't know your story, your struggles, the silent battles. And if you don't hear this often, just know that I'm proud of you. Hang in there. Hey.
Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but it would explain a lot about his personality. And it would explain a lot about how people are about to start finding this out more and more. And how, let's just say certain people shouldn't be adopting other people's kids, especially other races. Because, now we got enough people to look back on and say, nah, it's not a good idea. You're turning out boys into girls. You're hypnotizing them into becoming brutal fucking champions, and then when they're on 11 o'clock news for beating a woman or violently beating people up in clubs because you're not there anymore to do your hypnotism to calm him down. It's sort of like Broly. You ever see Dragon Ball Z? Broly was like a fierce, super furious warrior that had no limit. And he had the mind of a fucking just devastator. You know? Like what that guy turned Mike into. And the thing is, he had a magical necklace around his neck that was actually technology. And it subdued him and took his power away. And then he got so strong he just broke it off and went apeshit. And was so powerful. He was just gonna go from planet to planet and destroy everyone. Because if you get on his nerves, he just destroys. And luckily in that world there was Goku, you know? No, you don't know. Anyway, a lot of people are gonna find out things that are just so where you think it's a high level. Only them. Nah, you're gonna find out that it's really on all levels. Meaning people learn these things. There's like books and anybody could become a hypnotist. So I suggest people start getting hip.
Everybody's heard about the Aztecs. Everybody's heard about the Maya. But before the Aztecs and before the Maya, there were a culture who are referred to as the Olmecs. We don't know what they called themselves.
Oh, okay. So, can you say people think they discover things, and no, you just forgot that you didn't live there all the time. You migrated there. Somebody else lived there.
That's what the Aztecs called them. They called them the Olmecs. It means the rubber people. They worked in giant megalithic constructions. What they're most famous for is these huge carved human heads, which can be on a scale of up to 20 to 25 tons in weight.
Oh, they did big human heads? Well, then that means they have features, and, we could just look around at people and say, do you look like that statue? I think it belongs to you. I think your people carved their features in the fucking rock, so one day you can always remember one day, this is my shit. We did that. Like the Sphinx, how they knocked the nose off?
And which have curious features which have been interpreted variously as Polynesian, African, don't look like classic Native American features. But one of the things I've realized is that there is no classic Native American feature. Native Americans have a very complex genetic story with very many different elements.
Oh, sort of like it's a bunch of different people and they're just tribes of people. Could it be that this land was inhabited by a multitude of different people like it is now? Could it? Nah, no way.
Brought into it, and we shouldn't be necessarily surprised by the supposedly non-Native American look. It's considered...
Yeah, it's really weird. These places have these big statues of, nigger noses. Big ass nigger noses and big ass nigger lips. I remember I seen one that looks like Mike Tyson.
To be the earliest high culture of Central. Everybody's heard about the Aztecs. Everybody's heard.
The ghetto is never far from downtown.
Well, I've got a question.
The ghetto is never far from downtown.
Yo, I was about to say that.
Yeah.
No. Yo, I was just wondering why that always is.
Yeah.
It's too close to downtown.
Yeah.
I always wonder how that
Because
happened.
you need the cheap labor.
Yeah.
Wherever you have capitalism, you have poor people.
Right.
You can't have capitalism without poor people. Whenever you see a billionaire, you know that there's some extremely broke people somewhere in the world making the little trinkets they need in order for this billionaire empire to last. Right now, you have several corporations under fire because they got child slaves in the Congo mining the minerals that they need.
Cobalt and all
Absolutely. Tesla is one of them, right?
Yeah.
So as Elon Musk runs around acting like he's leader of the free world,
Right.
your cars are partly being produced by child labor, exploitation.
Same
You
thing
see
with
what I'm saying?
Apple cell phones and everything.
Absolutely. See them?
Yeah, that is fucked up. And as I'm listening you talk, my mind goes off. And have you ever looked in the dictionary and looked up what the word ghetto actually says? You know what the definition of the ghetto is? Where the Jews live at. That's what the definition says. Jews live in the ghetto. Oh. And then, when you listen to that last clip and We Were Here First, and then that 500 years of servitude, and then we woke the fuck up and somehow it changed and now they're not doing that. I think those people said, all right, these niggers won't work for us for free no more. We're going back over there. See, everybody thought it was real cute when we were getting jerked and everyone else wasn't, and it made all the companies stay here. And then when we started to learn and say, I want some of my monies for my works, the companies up and moved overseas. And then the white men, and everybody's looking around like, why the fuck they ain't got mega companies over here? We'll work. You won't allow yourselves to get robbed. Someone's got to get robbed. That's how back in the day everybody else is so fucking happy, because we're so not. And the more we wake up and go, oh shit, there's a law that says this can't happen to me no more. Then they go, fuck. Well, fuck all of yous. We don't need yous no more. Fuck. They woke up. We need to go look for more stupid people. Because, Frederick Douglass said, when a man becomes wise, he's unfit for slavery. Meaning, when you learn there's laws and you learn that the laws protect you and you use them, then you can't be a slave anymore because the law has to protect you.
I'm saying so. And Apple cell phone, another big one with the Congo.
Yeah.
So there is capitalism requires poverty. The ghetto.
Well, I've got a question.
The ghetto is never far from downtown.
Control what you can, let go of what you can't. Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Consider how much of our stress comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. Other people's opinions, the outcome of situations, the unpredictability of life. We obsess over these external factors, draining our energy and peace. Stoicism teaches us to shift our focus inward. We can't control the storm, but we can control how we sail through it. Our thoughts, reactions, and choices are ours to command. By mastering our inner world, we gain true freedom. 2. Turn obstacles into opportunities. Epictetus believed, the obstacle on the path becomes control what...
The path. Whatever gets in your way becomes the way. Meaning, you don't know what your destiny really is. You can't control everything, and people will get in your way. And if you don't remove them out of your way, because now they're in the way, so they become the way, this is your new life. You have a fucking problem now, and you have to figure it out. You can't always use violence. Can't use trickery. Sometimes you can't use anything except the Lord. And that's a hard thing to use.
Dealing with a backstabber can be draining, but you can rise above. First, stay calm.
And I see him on his back. I see him on the pants of his short, and I say, wow.
Dealing with a backstabber can be draining, but you can rise above. First, stay calm. Reacting emotionally gives them power. Second, gather evidence. Confront them with facts, not emotions. Third, set boundaries. Make it clear what behavior you won't tolerate. Fourth, don't engage in their drama. Silence is often the loudest statement. Fifth, outwork them. Let your success be your revenge. Sixth, practice empathy. Understanding their motives helps you stay grounded. Finally, let go of the need to win. True victory is maintaining your peace and integrity. Stoicism teaches us that the best way to defeat a backstabber is to outgrow them.
Because the world is a stage, and if you participate in some people's acts, it just doesn't stop. The more emotion, hyped up, or sad you feel, whatever it is that they're making you feel, they need to see it. The more they don't see it, the silence, never talk to them so they can't make you feel nothing, and staying away from them so they can't see you, well, then they just choose someone else, because that's their life. See, that's why he said you gotta learn to have empathy and understand them. A lot of people have been destroyed as children, and they don't know anything else but to play little ass games. They think that level of reality is the world. They look at it like everyone does this shit. When no, it's not everyone.
People say that I'm becoming cocky. It's not cocky, dog. is that I went through so much stuff in the last 3 years, bro. I'm not letting nobody else take my light no more. People say that I'm becoming cocky. It's not cocky, dog. It's that I went through so much stuff in the last 3 years, bro. I'm not letting nobody else take my light no more. A preacher in Mississippi told me this. He said, you keep playing Jesus and wonder why you end up on the cross. We keep trying to save people. Our job is not to save people. Our job is to get a word. You get a word, you keep it moving. Because some people don't deserve their blessings yet. And that ain't for you to judge. People say that I'm becoming cocky.
Now, Tyson, you saw abs when he came out of prison. Remember that?
I guess so.
When he fought Peter McNeely, dude, he was prison jacked. That was like maybe the scariest Tyson ever. Like they finally released him, and all he'd been doing in jail was
working out.
I don't think he could box in jail, so I think he was just lifting weights. Remember, he was super duper jacked when he got out of jail.
Let's see. Can I see a picture?
He was, yeah. See, Tyson.
Yeah, what I remember about that Tyson is he came out and he started screaming the Lord, except he joined the Muslims and he said Allah, Allah. You know, the Lord, the Mighty One. They represent the strength of the Lord, you know. Yin and Yang, he has his all love and he has his almighty wrath, you know. And it seemed like that mind manipulation was a little off of him. And when he came out of there and he fought that white man, he beat that man's face into the worst pulp I've ever seen. I don't even know why they even put that guy in there with him. You could tell by the boxing stance, the caliber of the fighter, that it wasn't even, you know, and it was like Mike was so angry at the world at that time because he kept saying, I got railroaded, and now I'm in jail. And then he came out and wanted to get his title back. For the real ones.
OG told me this. He said, bro, if your girl come home, you can cook, clean, fold the clothes, did the laundry, put the kids down. Only thing she got to do is you.
Man, I spent months trying to get my hands on made in.
OG told me this. He said, bro, if your girl come home, you can cook, clean, fold the clothes, did the laundry, put the kids down. Only thing she got to do is you. So I'm like, all right, bam. Put that in my. Then when they come home, all this is done. You know what I mean? It's like you don't know how to react to something you're not used to.
They also don't know how to appreciate it sometimes. But
used to come to the house, she probably nigga on the game, smoking, you know what I mean? Dishes piled sky high. She mad, probably had a bad day at work. He ain't checked on her all day at work. Ain't sent her nothing, no text, no nothing. And then asked for $40 for a sack.
And then you remember.
Then you got a nigga like me. Hey, you straight? You eat today? How your mental? You good? You need me to? I already went and did the little, you know what I'm saying, mulching stuff for your little flower pot and garden and shit. I heard you talking about something you wanted to put some new kitchen sinks and shit in there, appliances and stuff. I already called some people. I don't know how to fix it, but I got the money to get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why I be like, man, my folks don't be on that shit, bro. They say it because it look good, bro. It sound good. It might feel good to some. But in the end, OG talk.
When it comes time for action, it's either you are that or you're not. Because anyone can say it. But for the men that actually like the woman they choose, that's why they're going to do that shit. It's not about, oh, you're a pussy whip. No, he's describing a relationship, obviously, that where the woman is going to work and the man is doing his own thing. Obviously. He said he had money for things, so he's got to be working too. You don't have to be a sucker to want to like your fucking wife or your girlfriend. Get it? You really don't. Most humblest box I've ever seen.
Did you burn your mother?
She right there. You didn't hear her ask, why the fuck would you leave me?
Shocking secrets of history's most powerful leaders.
Did you burn your mother?
She right there. You didn't hear her ask, why the fuck would you leave me?
What?
I mean, that's just out her mouth, straight up.
What? Why
Huh?
you bring her?
What you mean? Why I bring her? She love to see me whip ass. See? I mean, yeah. What you ain't too shy saying what you gonna do, right?
I am now.
You are now.
Yeah.
Why?
Mom Deuce right there.
Nah.
That's real, Mr. Davis. It's real respectable. I think that should be enough. Hope you guys have a nice night. Hope you enjoyed the Shadow Room. Hope you learned something. The world's changing little by little. Everything changes. And eventually, people will need people they think they didn't need. You know? Hopefully, there can, be something left to build upon. Anyway, all love, all praise to the Most High.